We all know those GLP-1 injections work wonders, but that price tag almost gave me a heart attack when my insurance denied coverage. I was staring at a choice between paying my mortgage or paying for weight loss. Talk about a rock in a hard place. Then I found Elevate Health compounded semaglutide at just $58 with payment plans that don't require a second mortgage. Same medication, same results, but a price that real folks can actually afford. Visit joinelevate.com today. That's JOINELEVATE.com. Your wallet will be as happy as your waistline. This medication is not FDA approved.
Hello, I'm Amber Davies and welcome to Call to Stage. This is the space where musical theatre takes centre stage. From unforgettable backstage stories with incredible special guests to insights from my life and my theatre journey. We're leaving it all on the mic every single week, so let's jump in. Hi guys, welcome back to Call to Stage with me, Amber Davies. Now. I have a good friend sitting next to me.
We go back.
We go way back.
We're like that.
We're like that.
Oh, yeah, like that.
I actually did my West End professional debut with this man. It's the incredible Brian Conley.
Hello, everybody. I'm the incredible Brian Conley. What makes me incredible?
Are you kidding me? You're like the most warmest, funniest. I loved working with you so much. You really took me under your wing.
Well,
I was very young.
Yeah, but extremely talented. And what I loved about you, and I always do with any professional, is you give 110. And I don't think you ever had a day off. I think you was absolutely dedicated. And, you know, I think so many young people these days have a different mindset and a different work ethic. But you are a true professional.
Oh.
And you love being out there and you're an entertainer. And I very much admire that.
Thank you.
Someone that never, holds back, whether it be a matinee or I save it for tonight, no. And never one of those that coughs on a Thursday to have the weekend off, goes, and you go, they're going to go. Let's not mention any names, but we've been in shows where you just know there's certain people in that show.
They're off.
Yeah, they're off.
They're off to a wedding this weekend.
Yeah.
Couldn't book it as holiday.
Don't post anything, Yeah.
We had the best time together, didn't we?
Did you tell them what show it was?
Oh, so Brian and I was in the original cast of 9 to 5 the musical at the Savoy Theatre back in 2018. You played Franklin Hart Jr.
Franklin Hart. Yeah, I did love it. And, of course, my character was extremely sexist. And he had to be, because he had to have his comeuppance from you girls who kidnapped me and take me home. And then, let's not forget what I had to wear. Can we tell him? Can we explain that? So he was quite kinky, Franklin Hart. It's not in the film, but we decided that
Just
he's quite
added to
kinky.
musical.
So when you get back to my house, you find all this leather stuff and all these sort of kinky things.
M&Ms, I used to call them.
And then you put me in to this ridiculous plastic thing that I had to wear, and a ball there.
A mouth gag.
And then hoist me up.
Hoist you up, and you used to dangle there, really.
I used to dangle there. What I loved about it, because it was the end of the first half, and you had this song, and it was all like, end of the song, lights went down, and then when they go up, everyone's off the stage, and they even bring the house lights up. I'm still hanging there.
Yeah.
I was still hanging there for as long as I wished. So.
And it was the funniest, because when you'd come back for Act 2, he'd still be hanging.
I'd still be there, and I had to wear this costume all the second half, this sort of thing with this big sort of cod piece. And what I loved is when finally I get back to the office, I've got a gun. I'm really annoyed with everyone because I've been kidnapped. I just had my wife's raincoat over this blooming awful costume, kinky costume, trying to hold a normal conversation with everyone. Do you remember the night the gun didn't go off?
Oh, my gosh.
Remember, it was a specific cue. Once the gun went off, everyone had to run on and go, what? And you were there going,
Didn't
and
go
I
off,
was
did
in
it?
the scene and I just went, bang!
Bang. Yeah, you did.
Oh.
You did.
We brought the house down. But you with that gun, you used to, because it was a right big old gun. It really did scare the life out of the audience. And I remember you used to do it like this. You were like,
I did. I used to like twitch before I went. I knew what was coming.
and you weren't meant to be meant to be. I don't know. It was so funny. I used to love watching you.
You did say bang.
I did. Bang! I mean, I wish they kept it in every night because it was the funniest thing.
Oh my God, I just remember that.
Yeah.
That was so funny.
And of course we had lockdown. You wasn't there then. It was very
I'd
weird.
left.
16th of March, we go in and we're doing our warm-up at the beginning of the night, you know. So, like on stage, yes, all that. And then I always call them the suits, but, the producers were in the wings. And everyone's going, we're closing, Cameron's closed, so we're going to close. I said, well, we won't close tonight. We're doing the warm-up. And then we finished the warm-up, and then they walked on and said, we're closed. And I went, what did we just do a warm-up for? What was the point of
So
that?
that night?
Yes, it was 16th of March. We wandered in, we'd done the warm-up, we'd heard that Cameron had closed that night. He'd pulled all his shows, and we just thought maybe we've got one more night before everything locks down. For a couple of weeks. Do you remember that? Yeah, we'll be off for a couple of weeks. That'd be it. And then it just went on and on. Oh,
that's awful. I can't believe that.
Yeah, so...
Did you ever go back?
No. The show closed eventually because it went on for on. Then they went, and of course I was going to do some of the tour, and then they went, no, that's off. And
I know. They asked
so
me to go
surreal.
back on the tour as well.
Well, we'd done a bit of the tour. We'd done Milton Keynes together.
That was the year before, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 16th of March, and then it's a few months in, and we had builders around the house, and they had done some sort of stuff in the garden. But where it was these lovely rocks that I'd bought. You know, you can buy nice rocks around this rockery. They got rid of them and they buried them. And I went, those rocks would be really nice. We're now in lockdown, a few weeks in, and I dig up these rocks, and I've put them in a bucket, and I'm cleaning these rocks. And I'm thinking, I was starring in the West End about 3 weeks ago, and now I'm cleaning rocks in my garden because I've got nothing to do. It was so weird. What was the surreal thing you've done in lockdown?
I know. Drink. Fucking raging alcoholic.
Oh,
No, I
mate, it
didn't.
was full on.
No, I'll tell you what, I came a quiz genius.
Oh, I
Remember
know,
the
we
Zoom,
all did.
the quiz
oh,
Zooms?
Dear. Oh, what a pain. Oh, God, I hated it all.
Oh, I know. It was terrible.
Anyway, that's gone now. We're sort of on to, bigger and better things.
You are.
Cool, blimey, I'm
Well,
surprised you've got time to do this.
We've got to talk about Strictly Come Dancing because...
When I done it, I got more points on my driving licence than I did in that show. No, I enjoyed it. I really did, and I'm sure you are currently,
And your brother...
My brother, Alan Conley, is the floor manager.
So I see Alan every single week. He is... You know what? I remember you telling me when we worked together that Alan worked on Strictly. Anyway, I saw him and I thought, gosh, he looks like someone I know. And I just couldn't put my finger on it. Anyway, week went on, and he came up to me and he said, oh, I am Brian's brother. And I said, that's who you look like.
Yeah.
You look the image of each other.
Yeah. He's about 14 years younger. He didn't do the very first year.
What year did you do?
2017.
Okay.
Amy's first year. Amy
Okay.
Dowden. God bless her. I love her. We're still very close friends. I went to a wedding, things like that. But Alan didn't do the first year, and then he was brought in just for a week because the other floor manager was ill, and he had to keep an eye on Bruce. And then Bruce said, I'm not working with anyone else. It's got to be Alan.
Oh, really?
But I think unless you're in the show, you don't know how important Alan is.
Oh, Alan
is the boss.
He is. And
runs that thing.
He's the glue
Mm-hmm.
to that massive factory.
Yeah, and you can imagine, like when I the very first week I was in the dance off, and that's fun, isn't it?
Fresh from the dance-off, actually.
Oh,
Brian.
and because we didn't know what to do, okay, you can imagine. So it's the very first week. Amy Dowden has never done a dance-off. I'm in the dance-off with her. Alan has come over just before, so we stood outside. We didn't know what we were doing. What happens then? And then you come out, and then he says, right, so you're just about to start here. Good luck, Bri. Okay. And of course, he's my brother. It feels like I'm in the lounge or something. Good luck, bruv. You know. And,
Bruv.
yeah. And then I'm waiting for Dancing the Cha-Cha-Cha, Brian Conley and Amy Dowden. You know that bit? No. Dance off, you go straight into it.
Go straight into it.
I didn't, so I'm like a little bit behind at the beginning. And then I said to Alan at the end, I said, Alan, why didn't you tell me I wasn't going to have the dancing? He said, I was so nervous, Brian, I couldn't say anything. And so my story is, sorry I touched your name.
It's okay.
My story is, so for about 3 years, they kept asking me, and more than anything, I was actually nervous. I thought, oh, I'm not in my comfort zone. You know, I've danced, but I've danced in shows where I've had 3 months to learn the dance routine. Like, yeah, you know that, you know. So, anyway, I said to Al, I said, and also, Brian, Alan, it could affect the pantomime because, you know, it sort of goes into the panto. And Al went, with the greatest respect, Brian, you ain't going to win. You know?
You'll be free for panto.
Yeah, of course. You've got to be good to stay in here. I forgot. I thought, yeah, well, am I kidding? As long as I get a few weeks under my belt. But it was, you know, you just can't imagine that sort of pressure, can you? You know the nation's watching. You know there's about 11 million people. All your family are huddled around, you know, and you've got one go at it.
One go.
You know, and then what I used to do, and I'm sure you're the same, I would stand there, like waiting, you know, you're going down those stairs and then they're playing your video, so you're just standing there looking at everyone, thinking, is this going to be a good one or a bad one? Because sometimes I would do the dance routine good and then other times it would just fall apart. Is this going to be a good one or a bad one? Yeah. But you just got to get in the zone, and of course, the more you do it, you know, you've been unbelievable, though.
Thrilling.
Absolutely.
It is so thrilling.
It's the best known laxative in show business doing that. You know, you're standing there thinking...
You do not want to walk into the toilets on the ground floor by the studio because everyone's having a nervous toilet.
Of course.
Stay away.
You know, the hardest thing I found was standing behind Claudia. And can I just say, everyone, they tell you to do that. When I was there, they go, you have to stand there now. Because normally you want a couple of minutes to sort of go through your bit. Yeah. But they go, you've got to stand there. Yeah, and you try and stand at the back. No, it's your turn. You have to stand near the front. And so you stand there and you feel so awkward.
I know, you do.
You feel like, I don't want to seem like a desperate celeb. So I
want an airtime.
They go, no, you've got to stand right next to her now. And I went, no, it's your turn. So anyway. It's
so funny because I've seen a couple of people be like, gosh, that Amber Davies has like a face like a slapped arse, or she looks so miserable. But if I am standing in the Clauditorium before I've danced...
Is that what it's called now?
The Clauditorium.
Oh, I love it.
I'm just thinking about the routine. It's like I've got the routine. It's like I'm doing it in my mind over and over, just in case I forget it, even though I've only done it in the dress rehearsal.
No.
So like I'm like, no, be present, you know, listen to the interview. And then I find myself drifting off and going over my routine. And it's like, you need to remember you're on live television.
That was it. I thought I was a lot better dancer. I know that's not English, but a lot better dancer than I was because I had been in shows. I'd been in Hairspray, I'd been in Me and My Girl, all shows where I had to dance. But I forgot that, yes, I would have 6 weeks, you know, one-on-one every week. But once you get into the show, you've only got 5 days, really, to present it. You've got It Takes Two. You've got your video to do.
Yeah,
you know, all these things... You know, podcasts, talking to some old bloke, you need it like a hole in your head, don't you? You know, but it does everything, it just takes up your life.
You know what you have to let go of? Being like, trying to get it perfect. You are never going to get your routine perfect in the time that you have allocated. You have to be comfortable in feeling uncomfortable.
Yes.
That is what I've learnt the most.
And they go, Sunday's your day off. Sunday's not, you live, breathe and eat it every day, you know, and you're thinking about the next one. And, of course, you are physically exhausted. You know,
mentally,
using muscles. Oh, It is, and people don't expect. Well, it's just a laugh, isn't it? You just go on there, and it's just fun. No, it's
hard.
It's scary. Like I say, it's the scariest thing. I've done West End shows. I've done this and the other. It's the most scariest thing I've ever done in my life.
Yeah.
But so good on you.
Thank you.
How long you lasted now?
I'm going into week 6.
What was your favourite? What was your favourite dance?
So far, it would have to be this one that I'm doing this weekend. I'm doing a Viennese waltz.
Oh, right. So you get some
It's in ballroom.
Yes. I like that. It's in ballroom.
It's in ballroom. This show is brought to you by BetterHelp. Guys, going into winter isn't easy for everyone, so it's so important to stay connected. We're healthier when we communicate and when we have support. BetterHelp does the initial matching work for you so you can focus on your therapy goals. A short questionnaire helps identify your needs and preferences. With over 30,000 therapists, BetterHelp is one of the world's largest online therapy platforms, having served over 5 million people globally. And it works, with an average rating of 4.9 out of 5 for a live session based on over 1.7 million client reviews. The goal is always to stay connected, whether that's to go for a coffee with your best friend, or to call your nan, or to FaceTime your mum. It is better to communicate. This month, don't wait to reach out. Whether you're checking in on a friend or reaching out to a therapist yourself, BetterHelp makes it easier to take the first step. Our listeners get 10% off their first month at betterhelp.com/call-to-stage. That's betterhelp.com/call-to-stage. Stay connected. We have another thing in common now.
Go on.
Back to the Future.
Yes! I know, isn't it a wonderful show?
Well, I heard rumours that you were going in. I'd heard that you'd been seen coming out of stage door.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, I had to audition because they were American and they didn't know me, so I had to audition for Doc, which was fun because I had 3. I mean, on the last one, I thought, I ain't coming in again. They said, no, please, Brian, please. But, and one of the things was I sing all the songs in a lower key.
Oh, do you?
Yes. I mean, I have got a deeper voice, obviously, that's why. So there was that thought process going into it. I fortunately turned it on. I mean, we all know auditions, oh, God, if you're in a little room and you've got a piano there, you've got to try and turn it on. We're both live performers, give me a crowd, that's my world, so trying to turn it on. But I eventually got it. I appreciated that. I mean, I think I can tell you, it's sort of, it's online and that. But me and my daughter, just before this, done a show called Celebrity Hunted.
I haven't watched that yet, but I do love it.
No, it hasn't come out. It don't come out until January, possibly February.
Okay.
So we were on the run, and we didn't have any money, and we didn't have any phones, and it was the most incredible experience ever. So when I came to rehearsals, I was slightly behind. I was actually 3 weeks behind everyone else. And then when I walked in, they went, on Monday we're teching. I said, I don't know the words. I don't know anything. Why am I? Don't worry, we'll get someone in the auditorium to read the script and you just stand here and move about. And I was like, so I was so behind, but an incredible amount to learn. And I got there in the end.
Doc has got a lot of script and he reels it off quickly, doesn't he?
I know.
He's like verbally vomits.
Well, I mean, just to give you an example, everything he does is a huge paragraph. But even like when Marty, he's trying to explain to Marty that his mum and dad, Marty's mum and dad, should meet. They need to get together. This is at school. They said, you've got to get them together. And he goes, well, why? And he's going, so really, all he wants to say is, well, because... otherwise, nothing will happen, So, but he goes, well, scientifically, in order for 2 Homo sapiens to mate, they must be alone together, the precursor of which requires you to arrange for them to interact in a socially significant situation. And he goes, you mean go on a date? He goes, precisely.
Yeah.
So but that's just it. I mean, when he's explaining everything, I've never done anything where there's been so many words, dates and times and all that.
Oh, my gosh, dates and times.
Yeah. And this is, shall I do Doc for you?
Yeah.
Great Scott, roads where we're going, we don't need roads. So that will be, scientifically, in order for two Homo sapiens to meet, they must be alone together. So I watched a lot of Christopher Lloyd and really wanted to emulate him. Because I think, Marty's being like Marty, then I've got to be Doc. So, for me, it's Great Scott, and he has that sort of raspiness,
Yeah, he does.
This one's for the dreamers. So that sort of... so
that's
I worked
one of my
on
favourite
that.
songs.
It's a beautiful song, isn't it? I love it. The note at the end.
Like
That high for like me, used to be up there, and every night I'm going, oh God, here comes the high bit at the end, and it's all gentle and soft. And anyway, I did get a bit anxious of that, but still not in the same league as Strictly.
Yeah. Oh my gosh! Can we talk about the car?
Oh, it's unbelievable, the car.
The end.
The end. Of course, we have to emulate the film, and so it's a feat of engineering. And to make the car, as you can imagine, go 88 miles an hour, which it has to do to go back in time, we're on stage. How are they going to do that? And they do. The design, the technical team are second to none. They're right up there. Stu does it all.
Love Stu.
Oh, Stu is so good, and it's all done.
And it's all done by magic.
Magic. There you go. That's how. And it is. And I cannot say how many times I've been at stage door. People don't worry about the show. They just go, "How'd you do the car?"
I know. And I go, and then I'm like, I shouldn't say anything. Have you met Bob Gale?
Oh, yeah. So tell her, who's Bob Gale?
Bob Gale is the writer. He wrote the films and he directed the...
And he's hands-on.
So hands-on.
Because he wrote the film and he's so supportive and just incredible. I wouldn't mind half his pay packet.
Oh, I know.
He wrote the 3 films and he's a genius.
He cast Michael J. Fox.
Yeah.
He cast
all
all.
of them. Yeah. And just a humble, nice... And he goes, Brian, we're one big family and the sun doesn't set on Back to the Future. So I think politely he was going, if you want to do it again, we'll give you a bell. I went, all right.
Yeah.
If the money's right, you know what I mean?
Get yourself over to wherever they're
doing
it.
It's in Australia, it's going to Melbourne, it's going on tour,
I know it's going on tour. And how beautiful is the Adelphi?
Oh, I love it. Well, wait for it. I was there in 1991.
You did your debut there?
Yeah, in a show called Me and My Gal. I played the young lead. And now I play the old fart. So I've done a full circle.
I thought it was going to be a lovely moment for you because when I saw that you did your West End debut there, I thought, my God.
I know. Well, I used to do a song, "Leaning on a Lamp," which is a love song in the show, and and you would look off, it's all dreamy, and there's a specific exit sign. The back of the stalls, and whenever I look at it, it just reminds me. It takes me back 34 years ago. That's the sign. That's the exit sign I used to look at. So
and look at everything you've done since that moment. You'd never believe it, would you?
Well, I went. They kept asking me. I was sort of successful on the telly, and I'd done this, that, and the other. And they kept saying, "Would you like to come and see the show, Me and My Girl, with a view to be in it?" And I don't want to go there. I thought it was like sort of going to be me and my girl meant for each other. And what's this all about? So anyway, I'll see it. Oh, it's so good. It's about a cheeky cockney who becomes an earl, whose father had a bit of fun with one of the parlour maids, and I turn up, and then, of course, the father dies, and they go, well, who's the next Earl of Hereford? And I turn up, and it was an absolute dream role. It was made for me. The bit that worried me is there's a 4-minute tap routine. 4 minutes of tap, and I couldn't dance. Anyway, I learned... I used to go in every day for about 6 weeks before we actually started rehearsals, tapping it out, and gradually getting to it. Then I meet my leading lady. And,
who was your leading lady?
Joanna Riding. Now, Joanna Riding has done many things since, and she was her first job. But it took her 2 days to learn this dance routine. That took me 6 weeks. But, there you go. I'm not a dancer. And I can't count. Do you count?
Yes.
Yeah, you see, that's a godsend, isn't it? Can you make any more noise while drinking? I mean, what's that all about? Can you get... Yeah, okay. Anyway, you meant to be all professional. So is that what you do?
I tried to do it.
3, 4, 2. How the hell do you do it?
Yeah, I would.
And it
I would
makes it
count.
a lot easier.
It does make it a lot easier.
I'm dancing. I'm hearing the music and
You're
the
feeling
beat.
it.
I'm feeling it, but it takes me a lot. And of course, I had to learn that funny little dance, in 21st century, which I really
my
enjoy.
gosh!
I enjoy
Do you go
that.
on the?
What do you mean? Oh yeah.
You do?
Yeah, I do. Oh yeah. I mean, I'm sure we can say yes. I do. I go on the hoverboard, which I picked up fine because I did play Barnum once for Sir Cameron, and in Barnum, to close the first half, you have to walk on a tight wire. So I learnt to do that, and I had to go to circus school for about 3 months.
Have you got like 9 lives?
Oh, I don't know. But anyway, I done that.
I went to circus
Oh,
school.
well, I had to learn how to do it. I had to learn to juggle. I had to learn to walk on stilts and to do some sort of gymnastics. But anyway, I done that, and so that whole balance thing, I was very good with it.
Oh, great. So the hoverboard's easy for you.
Well, in rehearsals, because you're in a nice flat dance floor, but when you're there, you've got all these tracks, so you're bobbing around. But anyway, I feel all right, touch wood.
Yeah. What's your favourite part of Back to the Future?
The end. Not the end. Not the end.
The bows.
Yeah, the bows. Good night. It's that lead up. It's the clock tower.
Oh,
it's where is he? And we've got the rain coming down, and we've got that wonderful score, that movie score underneath. And I'm explaining to him what he's got to do. The car's there, and you've got to hit this, and you've got to do that, and all that music's there. And then we get that lovely moment where I'm going, I will see you in 30 years.
Oh, no.
So it is. So that for me, those last 15 minutes, and of course we won't spoil it, but the stairs, when he goes up the stairs towards the tower, and just being on at the clock tower, and of course, recently, Marty always talks about the 26th of October. The show opens on the 26th of October, 1985, and he goes to 1955, but he's always trying to get back to the 26th of October, 1985 at 1:31 a.m. Of course, only last week it was the 26th of October, 2025. So the movie and everything was 40 years old, and we had this whole, all these fans came. And that's it. It's well supported by fans.
Oh my God, it's a massive fan base.
And of course, everything, the watches, everything. Even when I get out of the car at the beginning, my collar has to come out of this white jumpsuit, just like that, because that's how it was in the film.
Yeah.
So that attention to detail.
Attention to detail. You also played Edna Turnblad.
Edna, fads keep fading, Castro's invading, but Wilbur, you're timeless to me. I love playing Edna.
I remember when we worked together, you used to talk about Hairspray quite a lot. That's why I wanted to bring it up, because I thought you loved that contract.
I did. And it's a bit like this. I'm the oldest person in the show. I'm the oldest person in Back to the Future. And, of course, Edna. And it's such a young company. And all the songs, they're just phenomenal. Great comedy, and so different for me.
Yeah.
When I stood there, I remember the first night in the wings thinking, well, Brian, you got nothing to fall back on here. You are definitely not being you, and you're not being a man. You've got to. And then it just took me a little while, but the best note I had, you said, you've got to remember, you're not in drag. You are a mum. That's what you are. And I kept thinking that. I'm a mum. That's it.
Wow.
And then my best story is, it was that, don't stop, please, don't stop. That is one number. And you've got the mum and daughter here, and Edna and Tracy at the top on this thing. And the lights will go, don't stop, like this. And so we're up there and I'm ironing, and then they're singing, and then they're singing. This is a very good way out. Whenever you're doing a show, this is a good way out.
Here we go, guys. Top tip from Brian.
Okay, top tip. So she went, Robbie Coltrane's in. Of course, who played Hagrid. Is it Hagrid?
Yes.
So I went, Robbie Coltrane's in. And then we sing a bit, and then down there, and then the lights go on us. I said, where is he? And he went, he's in the box over there. And I looked over and went, yeah, it's Robbie Coltrane over there. And then the lights come on us at the end of the song. I went, yeah, it's Robbie Coltrane. The lights on us. And I'm like, I can't remember what I've got to say next. I've gone, because I'm so sort of, and she threw me in, I was like, and I just stood there and I went, so, what is it you wanted to tell me? And she went, so immediately, I put it all on. Oh, God. What is it you wanted to tell me? Well, I said, come on, Tracy. You wanted to tell me something. What was it? And, of course, we eventually
carried
got
on.
out. Yeah, but...
That is...
Yeah, so whenever anything ever goes, if you try, just go, so what did you want to tell me?
What did you want to tell me? Yeah, remind me of my line.
Yeah, please.
Oh, my gosh, that's a really top tip.
But I think the longer you're in something, the longer your mind wanders. You know, I've been in shows for 2 years now, and I've had it where actors are coming towards me, and I'm going, I have no idea what I'm going to say next. That's what, because you start getting bored, don't you? You're like thinking, oh, well, after the show, I'm going to go here, and I'm going to do that. Oh, yeah, and they're into tonight. Oh, that's like that. Oh, I'm in the show, aren't I? What have I got to say next?
And you also, I remember you talking to me about Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
Another car. I've got another car.
You were destined for Back to the Future.
Well, of course, in Chitty, more than anything, you're at the London Palladium, and I was there for a year. And I do know the star of the show is the car, but still, Caractacus Potts is a wonderful role.
Yeah.
And I did, at the time, look a lot like, well, a bit like Dick Van Dyke. You know, people used to say that when I was younger. Now I look like him, but sadly he's 99, so there you go. Anyway, so I would fly the car, and that was brilliant.
Yeah.
And I do know a story that when Michael Ball done it, Charles was in, and Harry and Wills when they were young, and they were watching the show, and it was the second night, and the car got stuck out in the audience. And they had to bring all the house lights up. Of course, everyone saw it done, and they had to get a ladder to get Michael Ball and the kids down. And of course, they had to not stop the show. They had to stop the show. And I remember the little kids, you know, the little kids are so trained up, and they're from acting school, and they can all dance. They always used to do the whole turnout thing. You know, with the legs and the feet, you know, when they turn.
Like ballet?
Yeah. And they would always, what's that, Daddy? And I go, no, walk normal. No one stands like that. Well, and then and then when we rehearsed, you know, you get this little 7-year-old go, no, I think you'll find the line is this, you know, and you're getting notes from them because you drive. Yeah. And I go, you've got nothing to remember, kid. You've got to remember. I've got a mortgage. I've got a family. I've got kids. I've got lots of things going on in my head. You're only worried about the show. You're only 7. Don't tell me what to do. And walk normal. That was my big note to him. I always used to go, walk normal. Kids don't walk like that.
You ain't got a mortgage.
You ain't got a mortgage. You haven't got 2 kids, you know, a wife. You know, wait till you get all that, then you can tell me what I'm doing.
And others that you've done, I just want to, whilst we have come to the end of the first session, we'll be going into our Patreon session.
Wow.
Brian, you've also done Jolson.
Jolson, and one of my favourites was...
The Music Man.
I love The Music Man. That was great. I've done that
Oliver.
in Chester. Won Best Performance in a Musical for that. Oliver, I love playing Fagin. Fagin is one of the great roles, and once again, that was for Sir Cameron. That was such a big honour. And the weird thing about Fagin, because she's all like that, oh my dear, you know. And you have all your hands all dirty and all in your nails. And then that was the weird thing. So you go to the toilet, you wash your hands in the interval, and then you've got dirt in your hands up again. I always thought that was very weird. Makeup, phenomenal.
Yeah.
You know. Oh, I should get my phone and show you. Can I show you a quick... shall I show you in the break?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right, show you a break. Sorry.
You've done
We're
Oliver,
just having a chat,
Barnum,
really.
A Christmas
I forget it's
Carol.
A podcast. Christmas Carol, and that was the Alan Menken production.
I know, I came to see you in that.
Oh, I
You're
loved
fantastic.
it. Scrooge. That was a wonderful honour, you know, to sort of do that. And it's Alan Menken has got 8 Oscars. It was that lead up to Christmas and lockdown, but he had given us permission under the proviso that we had a full big orchestra and a choir. And it was just before lockdown. A lot of people weren't working, so I was surrounded by all these top people. Phantom, you know, the lady who played Tracy, and the tour of Hairspray, and just all these wonderful professionals that just wanted to get out there and work. And I'm playing Scrooge, so that was an amazing honour.
And then finally, you have done 34 pantos.
No, and the rest. I've done loads. I've done absolutely loads. I'm 64. I definitely just started when I was 24. Probably, actually, my first panto I was 18.
Oh, okay. Those haven't been noted.
Oh no, because
So
they go far back. They go so far back that history wasn't even there.
Wikipedia didn't even exist. So, could you ballpark how many pantos you've done in your life?
I think I've probably done nearly 40, or maybe even a little bit more. I love panto because it plays to every strength or every, discipline. You got your dancing, you got your ad-libbing, you got your comedy, you got your pathos, singing. Everything is part of that, and I love the freedom of it. Yeah, I mean, it's full on. It is 2 every day. You get 1 day off a week, but it's only for a limited time, maybe a month. This year I'm at Milton Keynes, it's 5 weeks, but, and that's because I was there 2 years ago and it sold very well, so they put in a couple more weeks. But I do love it, and it is in some ways physically a challenge, but it's eat, sleep, repeat. You've got eat, sleep, that's our job, Strictly. Really. Yeah, eat, sleep, repeat. Now you've got to do a new routine every week on Strictly.
I know. Yeah. Well, Brian, thank you so much.
Right, do I get paid then?
If you're a Patreon listener, stick around and I'll be asking Brian some of your questions.
Oh!